All right, so we're back again. I really enjoyed those two videos that I just did. Um, I really realized that I got a lot to say, and I want to say it. Um, I want to say that this has been very freeing because I'm controlling who is going to hear what I'm saying right now. Like yesterday was just an impromptu thing. I was literally working, and something was just like, I had all these thoughts playing in my head, and something was just like, record yourself. So I did. Then after that, it was like, okay, that was pretty nice. How you feel about that? Did some more work. While I'm working, more thoughts was like processing in my head, more ideas. So then I got for work, and I had a minute to decompress, and something was like, okay, try again. And I did. And it was just really nice. And then I ended up sitting on my couch watching TV, and something said, go ahead and make a page. And I did it only because I had been making different pages in attempts to start a page on YouTube for a while. So I had one that I started a while ago, never posted or published anything. I just updated it, and then I uploaded those videos. Who knows about it right now? Less than 5 people. I told my boyfriend, of course, he was the first one to know. One of my friends in Atlanta knows, and one of my friends in Cleveland knows. That's about it. So 3 people. I wrote down some topics for me to talk about. My brain has just been going about what I'm going to say, what I'm going to do, different settings I'm going to be in, how long will this be, what kind of content I'm going to be creating. I have no clue. I don't know anything outside of just pressing record on my phone and then uploading. I don't know how to edit anything, which camera to use, how to mute out certain things and over talk. I don't know any of that. I'm going to look into it. I'm going to try to learn. So today is Friday, May 17th. I got off work early. I had an interview. It was a job within my company. How did the interview go? Pretty good, I think. I used to hate interviews, but then I realized it's like, let my personality show, because it's going to show and speak for me. I was always worried about saying the right things, and while again I try to say the right things and try to be on topic, I don't want to be like a robot. I want to be genuine because I'm a genuine person. So I wanted that to show through, because I feel like having an employee who was very personable or personal, friendly, outgoing, willing to learn, willing to grow, wanting to help and be a part of a team, I think that really helps. Like, they're willing to look past your qualifications sometimes, because it's like, okay, she can be an asset to us and she can learn. We could teach her. She's worth investing in. So that's where I'm at. And I took a leap of faith to apply for a job I do have qualifications for, but I could be overthinking it like I always do. It may still be a bit much for me, but I'm taking a leap of faith and apply for the job. What's the worst they can say? You didn't get it. Okay, well, I didn't get it, but there's more jobs I can apply for. And one thing they could say is that you did get it. Who knows? So hopefully I know something soon about what I got. Hopefully it's for the better. Because the one perk of this job already is that it is more into an admin role. I'm still in pharmacy services, but I'm moving more towards an admin role, which also will help me with moving throughout my company because I'm getting more responsibilities. I'm burning my belt in different trainings or experience and knowledge. Um, so I'll take that. You know. The other part about that is that I'm gonna be off the phones. And they asked me this question in my interview. They said, "What is one of your strengths? What is your strength and what is your weakness?" And I said that my strength is also my weakness. My strength is I care for people. My weakness is I care for people because I should outside. So the strength of mine is caring for people. I'm always willing to go the extra mile for somebody and to figure out an answer. If I don't get the answer, I'm going to find somebody else who has an answer, or I'm going to go somewhere else to get the answer or figure it out. I'm going to do my best to get the job done for you and to make sure you leave satisfied. The downfall of that is that when you're always trying to care for people, it's easy for people to see that and try to use it against you. And also when working in a position that requires production to be a certain number, well, if I get a phone call, like I said in one of the videos, if I get a phone call and I have an upset pharmacist or an upset caller, I'm going to take that extra time and extra step to figure out and dive deeper, because it's going to help de-escalate the situation to go into a pharmacist, to go into like a supervisor or a manager, where if my little 5 minutes could go an extra mile of fixing it. So it makes an improvement on that person's day, the patient's day, and it avoids pissing off my supervisor. Now, some will say that's above my pay grade. I agree. Some will say that's not your job. I agree. I think that's where my personality and my job conflicts, because naturally I'm a caring person and like to go above and beyond for somebody. And maybe I need to be in a position where I am more in a liaison or liaison position, where I'm working with the patient and working with the companies. I'm the middleman. Or maybe I need to be in a more supervisor manager role, because I can fix a problem. I'm a problem solver. I know there's issues like, and this is again off topic, because I didn't say all of this. I said some, but not all of it. But even with my relationship, sometimes it can be an issue, because, and I don't even say it's just with relationship, it's just relationship. Anyone I'm cool with, whatever, they could mention like, oh, I just, I hate this thing, or I would love to have this, or, I would want to do something. And me hearing it, I go right into how can I get it for them? How can I fix it? And that's also bad, because you're taking away their ability, or their, what's the word I'm looking for? You're taking away their power. Maybe that's the word. Okay, so let's just say I'm taking away their power, not intentionally, but I see a problem, I try to go fix it. And one of my cousins said the best thing you could do for somebody who's struggling is let them struggle, because when they're struggling, they have to learn. If you're constantly helping and trying to fix somebody's problem for them, when you're not there, or when they actually got another problem that you can't solve, or, God forbid I die and I'm not there, or I've got my own life to take care of, when they get hit with a problem, they're not going to know how to fix it, because I've always been the one, or someone else has always been the one to jump in to fix it, which leaves them being actually helpless, because now they got to depend on themselves when they never had a chance to do so. So Again, double-ended sword. That's my strength, but that's also my downfall. Me caring too much for people. Sorry, I'm gonna eat me a little snack. I got some French fries because I was craving some French fries today, and I'm gonna have me a glass of wine. It's not 3 o'clock yet, but it's Friday. I'm grown. I do not want to do. Who gonna check me? Who gonna stop me? So, a little bit of sweet red wine. And I put it in this little cup because it got ice in it. And I got a big block of ice that can't fit in my wine glass. So, I don't have plans of going anywhere tonight anyway, but whatever. That's good. So, let's discuss. I had my interview today. I think I did good on my interview. So, I did my best as I could try. And then we'll figure it out. I'm not even going to think about it. I prayed about it. I'm going to leave it at the altar. I'm going to keep going. So, I'm going to continue with this hat. I'm going to just finish this right here. I'm going to do all right here. Okay? So, on my list of topics, I'm trying to think which one I want to talk about. Since I'm eating, let's talk about weight loss and weight goals. So, as I said, I grew up always being the fat kid. I was the heaviest kid in my family growing up. I was the heaviest kid in school usually. Always the heaviest. Spent most of my childhood on all kind of diet pills. Tried with a little curves thing, little curves for women membership thing. Was, like I said, constantly on weight loss pills, failed diets. I think the one successful diet I was on was the Dr. Atkins diet, and I lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks, and that was beautiful. The thing about that is that I never was consistent with everything. So I would do what I can, like for a few times. I could always lose about 20 pounds, but other than that 20 pounds, couldn't lose it. And then once I gained it, I would lose 20, gain 40. I am also a emotional eater. So when I am stressed out, I eat. I reach for something and I eat. When I am sad, I eat. I'm trying to find a pen to stick to my little glue is stuck. When I am sad, I eat. When I'm happy, like when we're celebrating something, I eat. When I'm stressed out, I eat. And it is what it is. You know, I giggle now because it's like I just realized that I'm not the only one. And the downfall about that is that people seriously have no... A lot of people lack the compassion a child needs when they're going through something. Some adults, you know, I would say maybe because it's new to them to be around children who are fat, that they don't understand like what they're saying, how it falls out into the child. And you wouldn't want somebody else call you a fat ass while you're an adult to your face. How do you think that makes a child feel coming from an adult? Think about that. Let it sink in. Or when you're a child and you are with your smaller relatives and the adult, I'm not going to say they did it intentionally, but the way they did it was not the best way, in my opinion, because I'm going to say in my opinion because I was that child who was singled out. They may not have intended to do it, but I'm going to say I'm speaking my truth and speaking from my vision, from how it was affecting me. So, for instance, I'm going to say when I was younger, one of my cousins was in town, And we went with one of my aunts to the mall. And my cousin's a little itty bitty thing, people who are itty bitty who can eat whatever they want, eat a whole pizza, and it's cute because it's like, my God, how can you get all that in a little body, right? It's okay for someone your same age who's smaller to eat all of this, but then you look down on your nose at the bigger kid who wants to eat too. So we were at the mall, and we know where the cafeteria or like the food court spot, you can, they have food there, obviously. So we went to get those pizzas, those nice sized pizzas. Sat there, ate lunch, ate some pizza, was cool. So my cousin, who was smaller than me, same age but smaller than me, was offered a second slice of pizza. She says, "No, I'm okay. I don't want one." I asked for a second slice of pizza, and I was hit with, "You don't need it." Okay. And then when we went back to the house, we just chilled there. And then later on that evening, when it was time for dinner, our aunt ordered them a whole medium-sized pizza. And then I was cooked dinner. I ate what was made for dinner. Um, I don't think that was pretty fair. And do I feel some kind of way about it sometimes? Yes, because that was only one time. But I've had multiple times as being treated differently because of my size. So, yeah, I started sneaking food. Or I would I know, like, growing up in school where we had to like sit in a big old cafeteria area to eat, I wouldn't eat in that cafeteria section. I grew up in a public school, a private school, so we had uniforms, little Catholic school uniforms. So I started wrapping my food up in some tissue, and then I would put it in my pocket, and then I would try to like go to the bathroom and sit in the stall and try to like scarf it down within those 30-40 seconds I was in the bathroom. And then that would be me eating. And then when we would have like Thanksgiving gatherings with the family, there was times like where, and it was like more so like when I started getting older, I wouldn't want to eat. I would either eat before I left to go there, or I would nibble on something there and then eat when I got back home. Or like take a to go plate and then you'll just eat when you get home. Um, let's see. So when I got older and I started driving, um, still going to family gatherings, it was like I wouldn't really want to go. I would like, no, I'm gonna just stay home and not do anything. It's okay. I wouldn't want to go. I don't think things were said and done intentionally, but you can say and do things unintentionally, but then it still may affect that person differently. And I realized that. It's because I said things to people where I thought I was trying to encourage them, and then they took it the wrong way, and then it went left quickly. So that's why I just don't really try to put my energy into talk positive into somebody. Certain people, I would just pray over them and hope for the best, and I just give them their space. I've learned my lesson to, what, this person isn't going to take it, so I'm gonna just leave it be, keep the peace, keep my peace, protect my peace. So yeah, I stopped going to. I really not to go through certain functions, or I would when I started driving, I would go somewhere to get something to eat first, eat in my car before I get there, and then I would be really hungry when I get there. I would just nibble on something. Growing that, all of that starts building up because you create this little habit or this, I don't know the word for it, but doing that, it's like, it just spirals because, there is times like where I would overeat because I would like, I don't want to eat. I would overeat to right now so that when dinner came or something else came later on, I wouldn't be hungry. I would just, so they wouldn't be looking at me. I would eat in private. I was a closet eater most of the time. So, like, I remember when I got into a fight when I was in high school. I ended up transferring to a different school. And this school was like 3 hours a day, every single day throughout the year. But 3 hours a day, 8 to 11, I'm free for the day. This is fine. So I'm gonna share this because I'm gonna be raw and I'm gonna be open. When my dad used to pick me up from school, I would go to McDonald's and I used to carry those big purses. Those some big purses were really a big deal back then. I would go inside to McDonald's. I would never go to the drive-thru McDonald's. I would go inside of McDonald's. And I would order a bunch of double cheeseburgers and a bunch of McChickens and like 2 apple pies and a fry. And I would go home and I would go to my room and then I would just eat that throughout the time span. And then when my mom would get home, before my mother got home, or when I got home, I would either like keep the trash in my purse so that when I go somewhere else, I could just dump it. Or I would like go to the side of the house and throw it into the trash on the side of the house. Or I would like put it in some, I was hiding stuff. So, yeah, that became a thing. I had a food disorder, an eating disorder. I overate, not undereat, I overate. And then growing up, like I said, you're always a fat person. And then I know at one point I met the guy I'm with now, my boyfriend. I met him when I was younger, and he was a tall guy, not fat but a heavy guy. Like he's like athletic, like a football build, and he has a healthy appetite. So when we first ate out, and I saw how he ate, it was like it made me comfortable to just be me and just eat. And then that is what it is with that one. With that situation, because we ended up breaking up for a while. Still became friends, but in the middle of it, but even getting back together, we still had our same eating habits. And again, I was a stressful eater. So let's fast forward to 2023. During this time, I am a diabetic. I had a lot of diabetes issues with my sugar being uncontrolled. And if you don't know, when you have uncontrolled diabetes, your sugar is constantly rising to dangerous levels and you get a lot of side effects. You get yeast infections, you can get stuff with your eye visions, you can get constantly like dry cotton mouth, so you're just constantly thirsty. And it's like once you drink a gallon of water, it's like within 5 minutes you're going to the bathroom, and it's like repeats itself. Like your body is like absorbing all of this fluid, and then right after you swallow it and you sit down, it's like it's flushing right through your system. So you gotta go to the bathroom, and then it's like once you use the bathroom, you're thirsty. So it was like a really bad place. Then I have arthritis. Well, I was told I have arthritis in my knees. And it was around, I want to say around Easter last year. I'm not sure. But sometime last year, me and my boyfriend went to the grocery store. And I'm gonna say this now. I have never had this issue before. I can squat and get up. It may hurt with my knee, but I'm good. Well, so this day, I squat to get something on the bottom of the shelf. It was like in the milk dairy section. I had to get down on my knees and then like reach up for the back of the bottom shelf to get what we were looking for. And I was trying to, like, usually I can just stand on 2 feet in a squatting position and push myself up. Well, that day I couldn't do it. Like, my knee like locked up under me, and I don't know where he came out of, like, he was on the phone and went somewhere else in the store, and so I kept shopping. I don't know where this man, like, Houdini, popped out of anywhere, but he pulled me up. And if he had not been there, I would have fallen, and I would have been falling into a middle of a store, which would have been really embarrassing. So I think that right there with my knee was it for me with my diabetes too. I want to say something else that happened last year around this time. I'm not sure what happened, but I know that I was sitting in a doctor's office waiting for one of my appointments, and I just instantly looked online to see for weight loss surgeons, and I called, and I within like I forgot how it was. I think like within by the end of that phone call, I had an appointment scheduled for the following week. Things just happen for a reason, I guess. I want to have kids. I was always told that, well, if you lose 10% of your weight, you're going to get pregnant. Okay, so that was another thing for me to um, to go for surgery because I didn't. Like I said, I could lose 20 pounds, but I couldn't lose anything more on my own. I needed help. And then, relationship wise, I thought that, I want to be here for my partner. This is the person I plan on being with the rest of my life. I want to be with them. I want to be here. I don't want to, I want to be the best version of myself. I was tired of being a diabetic, and I wanted to wear cuter clothes. Like, I wear cute clothes already, but you get more of an option and variety the smarter you get. But it was just that day. Something just in me was like, just do it. So I see this surgeon, and immediately this doctor gets me. Like, I was already terrified of surgery because anesthesia. My mom flatlined due to anesthesia. I was petrified already. So again, I have anxiety. I deal with anxiety. So having anxiety plus the fear and all that replaying in my head, I was scared. But I went to the surgeon. He came in the room, and immediately this man my anxiety just went away. And he was like, I hadn't say nothing. He was like, he said, I get it. It was like, you can lose about 20, 30 pounds and you gain twice, double it back. And he was like, you need help. And he was like, you don't got to be ashamed of it. And I think that's one of the things that society makes it seem like you're fat, you should just stop eating and you'll lose weight. And in a sense, that is true. Don't eat, you will lose weight. However, there's more things behind it, because if I could just stop eating, I wouldn't be fat. I wouldn't be sitting here in this doctor's office trying to get surgery. So when I had this doctor, he was saying, we're going to get you started. We're going to, your insurance doesn't require all these requirements. You just need to do a few steps, and then we can get you in surgery. We're going to get you the gastric bypass surgery. He said you should be down to 145 pounds. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of small. I enjoy being a big girl. I like being curvy. I don't want to be in 145 pounds, but, I don't mind being in the ones, but, so we had this conversation. I left, and immediately I started taking these steps. Like, I needed to get psych eval. I needed to get these visits with the nutritionist, with a dietitian, and then I needed to go to a cardiac to make sure my heart was going to be okay. Because with heart weight and then going under anesthesia, you make sure that can, you'll survive it. So I get all this stuff done, and this is April 26th is when I see this doctor. And then I get all my appointments in. Everything is done by May, like mid end of May. Um, so I call and I'm like, damn, my insurance, because they wanted me to start having. They wanted me to have. Their goal was to get me to surgery in June. So when I called, I was like, damn, my insurance plan is going to renew um, in June. So I'm going to have to do a whole new deductible thing. And they were like, yeah, well, we can't do it and we need to wait. So when I called my insurance company, they were like, oh, Ashley, we have this thing called Surgery Plus. It's a third party that covers surgeries 100%. So they're like, it's just that your surgeon isn't under that specific plan. So I had to wait until June 1st to get this new doctor. I got a new surgeon and I reached out to him. And he, they got me in immediately to start. And they're like, well, because I just had these labs done, I just had this nutritionist appointments, nutritionist visits taken care of. All I need to do is do one more nutrition video class with their nutritionist, and I can get started. So I talked to this doctor June 6th, something like that, maybe. July 19th was my surgery date. And I went through my surgery. He wanted me, so he told me he was going to do a VSG. That's the vertical sleeve gastric surgery. So instead of my stomach being the size of an egg, it was going to be like the size of a banana, I think. He said, 145 may be too small for you. He said you could be good at 200 even. So I'm like, all right, what? He said it wasn't as invasive, which was perfect for me because I was already scared. I was gonna get, wasn't gonna make it out of this first one, but this one I was going to have less of an invasive procedure. We're at 32 minutes, so this video may be a little bit longer, but I don't care. You can watch it if you want to. You don't have to. So I see the surgeon. I go for my surgery. I go through the whole pre-op meal prep, like the liquid diet phase and the calorie deficient, something like that diet, where I'm supposed to eat like one meal a day and then have the rest as like protein, and then do like the all liquid diet. Very difficult, but we made it through. Had my surgery, and I really wish that my insurance did require me to have more requirements before getting approved for surgery, because I don't think I was really mentally ready for the aftermath. Getting to the surgery and going through the surgery was not the hard part. It's the recovery stage is the hard part, because if you're a person who is an emotional being like I am, or a person who food is a big part of your life because you're dependent on it to be there when you are going through your stuff, you don't your stomach changes, but your mindset doesn't, your brain doesn't. And there are going to be times where your brain and your stomach do not meet at the same road. Your brain is going to overpower, like, we want to eat, we want to do this. And your stomach is going to be like, okay, well, I can't handle all that. We're not going to do this. So, looking to my brain, I'm eating something, and then right afterwards, my stomach's like, I told you, and I throw up right afterwards. So I know like most insurances require you to have like a certain amount of weight to lose before then, because they want to make sure that you can maintain your weight and continue this once you have your surgery, because this is a tool. It does not mean that once you get your surgery you're going to overnight lose weight and keep eating what you want to eat. You'll eventually get to eat what you want in moderations, but you'll end up not really being able to do it. Like, I know I can't eat Chinese food no more. When I eat fried rice, it doesn't even go down my stomach. It's like stays in my chest and then it comes right back up. I can eat regular rice. Like when I cook my own rice, I can eat regular rice and don't have any issues with it. But I can't have it. I don't know if it's the grease or it's being fried. I don't know what it is. I can't have it. Um, I can't eat Burger King. I don't really eat fast food anyway anymore. But I can't eat Burger King. Burger King makes me sick, literally sick. My body does not like does not like Burger King at all. You can't have it your way with Burger King, not with me. I can't have it my way. So if I do eat fast food, my fast food go-to is Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Subway. I may swing through Jack in the Box to get some chicken nuggets. That's not very common. I think I've had Jack in the Box maybe twice in the year, within this past year. Um, and then if I do go to Wendy's, I'll probably get some chicken nuggets or a junior bacon cheeseburger. And again, that's very, 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 very seldom I may do that. I stick to what I know: Chick-fil-A, Subway, or Chipotle. So, yeah, I wish that I would have seen a therapist before doing that. And I say that because I had to go to a psych eval, and the psych eval was basically someone from the clinic calling me. They're reading off a checklist, like a yes or no checklist. And you say yes, you say no, they move on. They say, okay, you passed, you're being cleared, have a good day. I thought they would have said, well, actually, what triggers you when you eat or when when you go to food, or what does this food do for you? How can you, have you figured out what you can do in replacement of that? Or can you, avoid certain situations? They don't teach you none of that. So if I would have been able to see a therapist before then, maybe I would have had somebody I could work with. Well, because it's inevitable that you're going to have a bad day one day. You're going to have a sad day. You're going to have an emotional day. You're going to have something that's going to trigger you. So you need to recognize that, and you need to find something else to do outside of running towards food. And I wish I would have taken that time to have known those things, worked on those things, plus work on losing my weight naturally before I had the surgery. I wish I did. Do I regret my surgery? Not really. I just regret how fast I did it, and I wish that I had been more disciplined for it. So it comes in waves. There are some days I am disciplined and can stick to it. Some days I'm just tempted. Um, it just varies. And again, it's my business. It's me. It's my weight isn't affecting anybody else. No one has lost money with my weight. Like, if I don't lose this weight, then they're gonna waste their money. No. If anything, it was me. It's going to affect me. It doesn't affect nobody else but me. So whatever I'm deciding to do with my body and my health, it's going to follow me. So, um, it's a life lesson. I joined a support group on Facebook. Had I had known to join this support group ahead of time, it would have been different. Now, the other thing about being on this weight loss journey is I'm a person who compares themselves to everybody else. It's not one of my, I'm not proud of it. I'm human. I did it. So I started thinking people were better than me, and they were more deserving of it than me, because these people were losing weight like 20 pounds in 2 weeks. their weight was coming off like nothing. And me being discouraged, it discouraged me a little bit because I'm like, one hand, I'm very happy for them. Like, you went through this whole traumatic experience. I'm very happy for you. On the other hand, I'm beating myself up because I'm like, well, why are they better than me? Like, what am I not doing? Why can't I be like that? So, I ended up, I'm in a group. I'm not really on my Facebook as much. I go there off and on, but I'm not really on it like that. But yeah, I did. I'm still like, if I'm on it, I see a post, I comment on it. But yeah, weight loss was not easy. It's not easy. If weight loss was easy, there wouldn't be any weight problems in the world. And it's nerve wracking when you have someone of a smaller size who will talk to you and try to tell you how you should be or what you should be doing or stuff like that. And especially when they say, oh, it's so easy to lose weight. Your 20 pounds off versus my 20 pounds off may come off differently. It may come off not as fast or faster. People don't think about that. People lack the compassion. I'm still human. Weight loss to me, this journey of mine, I think that, did I do it all for the right reasons? No. If I did it for maybe all the right reasons, maybe it would have been a different outcome. If I taken the different steps, it would have been a different outcome. But, it is what it is. You live, you learn, you fall off the bike, get back up and try again. So, I think that's the reason why it was more so like because I wanted to lose this weight to get pregnant. I think that was most of my reason because I wanted to get pregnant and my diabetes. And yeah, live longer for my partner. But it's terrible because, and nowhere did I say I want to be better for myself. I wanted to do for everybody else because I was tired of, I wanted to have easier access to clothes or, my diabetes. I want to have a baby. It was nothing like, oh, Ashley, I want to be more confident. I want to be able to wear these things and do these things. None of that was a thought in my mind. So, do I regret it? No. Do I wish I would have done things differently? Yes. Am I grateful so far? I am. I'm grateful that things worked out the way it did for me. I didn't have to pay out of pocket for anything. Not even the gas to get there, because they give you, the insurance company tracks your residency, your home, and the address of your appointment, and they calculate the mileage, and then they send you a debit card with the money on it to reimburse you for the gas. And they actually send it to you before your appointment so that you can gas up and go before then. So I'm grateful for that. I really am. I didn't have to pay a penny. The only thing I had to pay money for was that after my surgery, I had to do like an IV hydration drip where it was going to help me get all my vitamins in. I did one session and it was like close to $200. But that was all I had to pay. Do I look at food differently? Yes and no. I struggle with food daily because there's times like where I'm really hungry and there's times where I'm really not hungry. Do I miss just being able just to eat what I want to eat and not worry about throwing up afterwards or worrying about the count of calories, count of protein, on the other stuff. Of course, I do just miss just grabbing what I want to eat and go. I don't like to have to sit and actually really think about what to eat and try to compare it and measure certain things out. Questioning which restaurant I'm gonna go to. But then I also like the fact that when I go to Roadhouse, I can get me a steak dinner, and that steak dinner will last me 2 or 3 days. So it got some ups and downs. Um, like I said, I've lost. I can't think of the number right now that I've lost within this. What 10 months? Yeah, 10 months of this year, because it'll be a year in July. So I'm not sure, but I know I haven't lost my 100 pounds. I know I'm not there, but weight loss is weight loss. I'm going to accept the wins that I have had, because it is what it is. It wasn't easy. And a lot of people think a surgery was an easy option when it wasn't. It's a learning thing. Your body has changed. You're learning your body all over again, a new body, and you're constantly fighting through your old self. Because again, my stomach changed, but my emotions haven't. My brain hasn't. Things that trigger me has not changed yet. Do I handle things a little bit better because of my therapy? Yes. But you're still going to have bad days. And when I have those bad days, I want to go grab me something salty or something sweet. When my cycle comes around, I'm craving sweets, I'm going to want something sweet. It's just learning about what to change and how to fight these desires or these cravings you have. Um, so can't really think of anything else about weight loss. Um, I watch a lot of my 600 pound life story, and I actually like it because it's like I'm not the only one with a food addiction. This stuff is real, obviously, because they got like what, more than 12 seasons of all of this, of people who are going through these things. And the world is a ugly, no, excuse me, the world can be an ugly place. So when you, sorry, when you're going through something, being a fat person, and you have these people just looking at you like you're just this foreign object, or like this alien, like you're just not one of them. They treat you just like, I don't know the word to say, but um, I don't know. I just feel like I can relate to these people who are 600 pounds and heavier, because some people go through things traumatically growing up. I have childhood trauma that um, most of my family doesn't know about. Do I plan on telling them? Probably not, because it's not really worth it. Because I feel like it happened so long ago that if I were to bring it up now to them, it's nothing you can change. It happened. It is what it is. You gotta you go through shit. You grow through shit. Um. But I can again relate to these people because they've gone through traumatic stuff, whether it was sexual abuse or they've had to be in and out of foster care, or some of these people have been abused, like physically, mentally abused, bullied. Um, there's a lot of things that they go through, and food was a coping mechanism for them. And unfortunately, you when you just get on that slope is hard to stop. It balls out of control. So um, I understand these people, and my heart goes out to them because it's like they're trying. Like, I don't think anybody is gonna want to be 600 pounds and having your family wiping your ass, cleaning yourself, bathing you. You can't get out. You can't go nowhere. You want to be bedbound. Nobody technically wants to be bedbound, and technically wants to be where they have to have somebody else wash and wipe their behind. Um, I don't think they want to go onto TV and showing their ass like, I can't sit on the toilet without it breaking, or it takes me so long to get in the shower because I'm so tired, or I go into the grocery store on those little electric carts and I get stuck in the middle of the door. So I think a lot of people choose to be that way. Overweight and being obese can be a disease because you having an addiction to something and you can't stop it. Whether, like I said before, if you're an alcoholic, it's not easy for you just to stop drinking when you've always been drinking. It's an addiction. If you're a workaholic, shit, you have something in you that will not let you stop working until your body just collapses because you just couldn't stop. What else is there? There is a sexual addiction. I don't know anything about that, but there are people who have that where they just constantly gotta have it. And people who just say just stop, it's not that easy to just stop. It's not that easy. And I think the more people would try to understand someone, like, instead of trying to talk down on that person, try helping that person. Like, maybe instead of bringing them fast food, why not just go to like Longhorn and buy like a pan of chicken breast and a salad, and taking the time to meal prep and just get them chicken and salad, protein and salad, or looking online and saying, how can I make something flavorful, make something healthy taste good? People don't try that. Maybe somebody needs help. But people are so stuck on their high horse, they don't try to offer help or try to see it from the other person's point of view. And that's how I felt a lot growing up. I felt like that. Oh my God, I felt like that, just not understood at all. And the person who I felt like, there's people in my family who I feel like you just don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand the struggle that I'm dealing with right now. So, um, you don't understand being a teenager, or what's it called, like preteen, or a child in adult clothing. You don't think about that. You don't think about kids going to school being bullied and then coming back home, and then as soon as an adult gets pissed off, they want to throw your weight in your face as a child. Um, they don't think about that, what that kind of impact it does on somebody. And again, we're all human. We make mistakes. So, um, yeah. But anyways, I don't know how I got on this. I got on this subject of weight loss, trying to tell you the reason why I started this um, surgery thing last year. How's it going? What I regret, what I like about it, all this other stuff. I got a few more things on my list I'm going to talk about. So I think that I'm going to record as I feel like it, and then I probably just will upload as I go. So you may see me wearing the same of something because I'm probably just press stop and then re-record on something else on a different topic, possibly. This is all new to me. So again, I don't even know who is going to reach, who's going to see this. I don't care if I get any likes, dislikes, comments. Right now, I'm just wanting to find a place to have a free space where I can just be me, be Ashley, say how I'm feeling, because oftentimes I bite my tongue, and oftentimes I'm just having all these things internally. I think I'm not exploding, I'm actually imploding, which is even worse, because when you're exploding, it's going out, but instead it's going inside. And I said it before, I have right now, I feel like I have a storm within right now, because things are just brewing, and I'm trying to get it all out so that I can create peace within. And again, I feel like you never know who's going to hear this. You never know how it's going to affect somebody. They could always be going to do something. And I think, a matter of fact, Tabitha Brown is another person I followed and who I look up to. She's real. She shares things. And I was remembering one of these interviews she did with Club Shay Shay, I think that's what it is. And she was just being real. That's just what I'm just trying to do. I'm just trying to be real. You just don't know who's going to hear you and how it's going to affect you. Again, nobody right now knows about this page. Again, just 3 people knows. So, I'll eventually let people know about it. But right now, I just think it's a safe place for me to just keep it real and just be me and say how I feel. People may not like it. Again, I personally I'm not intentionally trying to hurt anybody's feelings or offend anybody. I'm genuinely not. I'm just trying to live my truth, put myself out there, get this out of my system, and hopefully nobody feels some kind of way about what I said, because I'm not trying to attack anybody. It's just my truth. It's just me. It's just me being Ashley, the things that I have to say, that I'm just tired of being so hesitant and restricted on what I want to say, because I'm worried about how this other person is going to feel, but then disregard my feelings. So I'm just taking that time right now. And I didn't blame this damn hat for not one damn time, because my little thingy my glue isn't coming out. So I'm going to work on that. But yeah, it's just, I just want to be me. I want to be free. I want to speak and say how I feel without constantly worrying about how this person is going to respond or who's going to like what I say. I don't want to hear any of it right now. I just want us to be free. And that's just me right now. I am trying to free myself and just let it all out. And this is very therapeutic for me. And I'm enjoying it too. And so I'm going to keep doing it right now. We'll see how it goes. It's only this 3rd video. So we'll go from there. We'll see how this pans out. And again, thank you for listening to me, who's ever listening. I appreciate it. If anybody's going to subscribe to this, I appreciate that also. Comment, like, share, whatever else is causes. I appreciate it. If not, I just want to say thank you for listening.